Hey, hello everybody, welcome to the Soft Spoken Scientist. Today we're learning how to graph linear equations like y is greater than 2x minus 3 or y is less than or equal to negative 1/2 x plus 4. We'll walk through how to find the slope and y-intercept, how to choose the correct boundary line, and how to test a point so you always shade the correct side. And don't worry, we'll go step by step together so this feels calm, simple, and totally doable. Let's get started. So it's math without some rules, right? The first thing you should know is that when you have this sign, that I'm circling in orange, that means less than. Okay? What I just circled is a weird symbol that in words just means greater than, right? So like if I had, I don't know, 1,000,001, right? 1,000, yeah, you have one right here. I'm not going to say 1,000 is less than 1. I'm going to write greater than. By writing it like this, I just wrote 1,000 is greater than 1. And then if I had 1 with 1,000 written this way from left to right, I could say 1 is less than 1,000. Just turn it into words and just memorize that those are the symbols, okay? When you see less than or greater than, that means that you're going to graph with a dashed line. And then this means less than, with the bar underneath, it means less than or equal to, right? And then this would mean greater than or equal to, all right? So check this out. If I said to you guys, I don't know, 50, and then I had 500. Well, I'm definitely not going to say 50 is greater than or equal to 500, because I know it's 50 is not equal to 500, and it's not greater than 500. Could I say 50 is less than 500? Yeah. Could I say 50 is less than or equal to 500? Yes, because it's less than or equal to, right? It is less than 500. And when you have the symbols with the bars underneath, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, you're going to draw it with a solid line like that, okay? Now, when we do practice problems, it'll make more sense. But 0, 0 is xy, okay? And it's easiest. If a test point makes the inequality true, we're going to shade the side that has 0, 0. If the test point makes the inequality false, we're going to shade the opposite side. That was a lot. Let's do a practice problem to make it make sense. So they told us in this problem, right? They said y is greater than 2x minus 3. Let's identify the b, also known as the y-intercept. Well, I know that would be negative 3. From my last video, you guys should watch it. Negative 3. Now, I know my slope is you can just write slope equals or m equals. It's the number in front of x, 2. Okay? So I'm going to plot y-intercept first, because that's the rule. So 1, 2, 3. Because this is negative 1, that's negative 2, that's negative 3. Okay. I'm going to go up by 2. 1, 2, and then to the right by 1. Because remember, all numbers are fractions, they're just invisible. So I went up by 2, which is the numerator, and I went to the right by 1. So now I have 2 points, right? And I have to just ask myself, okay, when I draw this, is it a solid line or a dashed line? Well, let's take a look at the rule. We have a greater than sign. Let's see what we do with that. If you have a greater than sign, it says dashed according to the rules. So we do a dashed line. I don't know why I drew it like that. Gosh, I am not the best drawer with these things. So it's kind of like, yeah, kind of like that. All right, that is how you draw it. Now, to know which side we're going to shade, it doesn't need to look pretty, you guys. We're going to say, okay, we have 0, 0. And this, remember, this represents x, this represents y. So let's plug it in. We have 0 is greater than 2 times 0 minus 3. Is 0 greater than negative 3? Because you got 2 times 0, which is 0. 0 minus 3 is negative 3. Is 0 greater than negative 3? That is a true statement. Because 0 is greater than, I'd rather have no money than be in debt by $3, right? So that is true. So I'm going to shade the side that has 0, 0. This is 0, 0 at the center. So I'm going to shade it in big blue. Boop, 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 boop. So this is that's the answer. I shade the whole side that has 0, 0 because this statement was true. All right, let's move on to the next one. We have y is less than or equal to negative 1/2 x plus 4. What's your y-intercept, guys? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I need to go down by 1, 1, and I gotta go to the right by 2. 1, 2. Down by 1 to the right 2. 1, 2. Great. Now it's less than or equal to. Is that a dash or a solid line? Well, let's take a look at the rule. If you have less than or equal to or greater than or equal to, that's a solid line according to the rules. So just connect the dots. There we go. See, I'm not the worst artist. Okay, so now I drew it. I did that right. I need to test if this is a true statement using our magic notion 0, 0. So let's plug in 0. So we have 0 is less than or equal to negative 1/2 times 0 plus 4. What's negative 1/2 times 0? 0. Is 0 less than or equal to 4? It's not equal to 4, but it is less than, so this is true. So I'm going to shade the side that has the test point 0, 0 on it, which is right here. So I'm going to shade this side. Do. That's your answer. Yeah. Let's try this one. Okay, start with y-intercept, which is negative 2. And then you know, b is a fancy way of saying negative y-intercept. Now I have my slope of 3/4. And another way to say slope is m equals 3/4. Okay? 1, 2, negative 2. I'm going to go up by 3. 1, 2, because that's a number here, that's 0. And then 3. And then I'm going to go to the right by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, right there. So let me just delete the other dots so y'all don't get confused. I'm going to delete the other arrows. There we go. And I have a less than sign. Is that a dash or line or a solid line? Let's take a look. Hopefully you guys are picking up what I'm putting down. It's a dash line, right? So let's make it a dot, a dashed. Do. Okay, great. That's your graph. Now let's find out which side we shade. We have to use our test point 0, 0. Plug it in for x and y. 0 is less than 3/4 times 0 minus 2. What's 3/4 times 0? Anything multiplied by 0 is 0. That cancels out. So I have 0 is less than negative 2. Is 0 less than negative 2? No. It's greater than negative 2. So this is a false statement. 0, having no money is not less than having negative $2 to someone, owing someone $2. So I'm not going to, this is 0, 0. I'm going to shade the side that is opposite of that because we have a false statement happening here. So this is your answer, you guys. Let's try this one. You have y is greater than or equal to negative 2x minus 1/2. What's your b? 1/2. So we would plot right there. What's the slope? M is slope, which is negative 2. Okay. They just like to trick you with extra language that means the same thing. Okay. So I'm going to go down. But before I can go down. So I was going to say to you guys, do you guys think this is a solid line or a dashed line? It's greater than or equal to. Let's take a look at the rules, right? If you are greater than or equal to, you are a solid line. Hopefully you guys got that one right, all right? So I'm going to write down solid line so I can go back to that, all right? So we have 0.5. I got to go down by 2. 1, 2. Okay. So now I have to go to the right by 1. Boop. And I have to delete the arrows here. Just do your best with like the fractions. Oh. Here, let's use a smaller font to remove that little dot so y'all don't get confused. Okay. Mouse is not working with me today. There you go. Perfect. All right. So now we have this, and we know it's a solid line, so we're going to generate a solid line. Let's do it. There we go. And you're going to put your arrows there, and let's see if the statement is true with the test point 0, 0, which represents x, which represents y. 0 is greater than or equal to negative 2 times 0 plus 1/2. What's negative 2 times 0? Nothing, 0. So you have 0 is greater than or equal to 0.5. That's not true. 0 is not equal to 0.5, and 0 is not greater than 0.5. I'd rather have 50 cents than nothing. So this is the side where 0, 0 is. So I'm going to shade the opposite side. And I did just that. Yeah, that one you just gotta practice more and more on, and you guys should be pros. And that's how you graph linear inequalities with confidence. Remember, plot your intercept, follow the slope, choose the correct boundary line, and always test a point so you never shade the wrong side. If today's practice helped you feel more confident, please make sure to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss the next calm and clear lesson. Thank you guys for learning with me. And remember, STEM is for everybody, especially you, and I'll see you in the next one.